3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of Questlog, the weekly show about video games old and new. My name is Tyler Everett, and this is episode 45.
Woo!
Joining me this week are my good friends, Aaron Kring. Do you remember him?
What?
Aaron Kring's here. Hey!
What? Who is this? Is this a new addition to the podcast?
Yeah,
The old Aaron Kring is dead, and I replaced
Stretch
him.
goals.
That's what happened to happen. I had to incubate. I died, and then I was being resurrected, and I was in this weird pod thing,
like a chrysalis.
kind of like Matrix, like the
Mhm.
Matrix.
Yeah.
And I had to incubate and be grown.
Well, thank you for
So now I'm back.
spreading your beautiful butterfly wings on Questlog with us tonight.
Anything for you.
Also, freshly incubated, Luke Phillips is here.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah,
Glad-
good to be here.
Glad you could make it, and of course, as always, Brian Maxwell. How are you, sir?
Good evening. I'm great. Episode 45 hype.
What that? Oh, your drink just kind of it looked like it was just materializing across the screen. It was pretty cool.
Can we go back to the fact that you introduced Brian last?
I know. Fuck
That
you
is
guys.
the first time you have ever introduced Brian last.
Yeah.
I'm falling out of favor.
It's-
This is
It's episode.
kind of a trial
It's
here.
episode 45. I'm subverting expectations.
I was not ready to
it's-
be introduced second.
It's not a prime number.
he said he was going to give me a year and then we'd revisit my status on the show. So
Yeah.
we're almost there.
By the way, Brian, this is Brian's last show with us. I don't know. We have to say goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. With a heavy heart.
It's a good run. Just kidding. Brian's gonna stick around.
He's been bought out.
He's now going to be called. He's now going to be called Brian Maxwell, presented by Pepsi.
Turns out Doritos actually wanted to sponsor
Nice.
us, but on the condition that it was only Brian. So he's going to do his own show. It's called.
Thanks, pizza rolls.
Oh man. So yeah, episode 45, not a prime number, and just another one of these coming right at you.
Hey, it's divisible by 5 though. That's a special thing.
Yeah, that's all. Well, is it?
It's a fiver. It's a 5.
It's special.
There's an infinite number of numbers divisible by 5.
You know what else is divisible by 5 though?
1.
Hot and ready pizzas.
Not if I'm around, Nate.
I'm going to have to see the math on that.
Lucky to.
I mean,
lucky-
$5. $5.
Oh sure, yeah. I
Yep.
guess if you want to go in.
Yeah, I got you there, Frank.
I'm eating half that pizza though. Like that's the truth of it.
Tyler,
If
Yeah,
if
what's
we
up,
had
baby?
$1
Girl.
for every episode that we have done,
Yeah.
we would have enough for 9 hot and ready pizzas, which is 2 1/4 pizzas each. There you go.
The math checks out. Sorry, before Kring rudely interrupted you with pizza math.
No,
what,
it's-
what were you saying?
pizza facts. It's fine. You had a pizza with ranch.
Yeah,
Instead
so
of pizza sauce?
So at work they were like, "Hey, y'all want to get some pizza?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah, duh.
And the person,
Where did the pizza come from?
Jets, shout out Jets, sponsor us Jets. So she ordered it online for the first time, and she's like, she said it kept asking her about the sauce. She's like, I don't understand why it's asking me for the sauce again, because she also got breadsticks, ordered ranch, because of course. The pizzas came. It was a deep dish with ranch instead of the pizza sauce on it, and it was good.
So they were
And
like,
it was good.
should we throw this in the garbage or will Tyler eat it?
Will Tyler eat
No,
pizza?
I was like, yeah. It was funny because like she asked beforehand. She's like, "Hey, are you picky about what you want on your pizza? You got anything that you don't like?" And I was like, I didn't get this beautiful figure by being picky about what I want on my pizza. So just put whatever. And so yeah, it came out as whatever. It was just ranch and cheese and pepperoni on top. It was real weird, but it was kind of good.
I'd try it.
That would make for.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that would be a terrible game show. I was
Oh.
thinking that will Tyler eat it? And it's just pizzas. It's just pizzas
It's just different weird
being
pizzas.
presented to him. Will Tyler Eat It would be a great game show, but it would actually be a boring game show because the answer is yes.
Here's a pizza, but instead of pizza sauce, they just put pineapple juice on it. I would try that too.
Coming up next week,
Here's a pizza,
Quest.
but it fell into a pitcher of water. Do you still want to try it? All right. I'll eat that soggy pizza. I don't care. It's pizza. Pizza's pizza.
I'm out. That's all you, Tyler.
I'm kidding. Am I? I don't know. Let's start the show. Patreon goals, guys. We'll stretch goals. If we make it to $1,000 a month,
Tyler will eat floor pizza.
Yeah, I'll eat whatever kind of weird pizza you want. There you go.
Instead of Will It Blend, it's going to be Will Tyler Eat It.
God damn it! This is my legacy. This is who I am now. All right. Well, God, there's video games. Let's talk about them. Here they come. I've done that 2 weeks in a row. I've played the intro music twice. Let's try this one more time.
46 is where it's at.
Nailed it, Luke. Okay. I'm spent. Actually, just let's shut it down. Forget this. Just kidding.
That's our show, everyone.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Brian, I'm gonna start with you.
Hey.
I feel like I didn't start with you, and now I am gonna start with you. We're gonna make it all right.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about a game called Ori and the Blind Forest? First of all, how did you play this? Was this an Xbox thing, or was this a
This was
PC?
a Steam thing.
Steam thing, okay.
Yep. I played it previously, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, and I think I ended up letting it go because it was on the Xbox, and the Xbox pretty much belongs to the kids.
Yeah.
And I have to fight them with weapons if I want to use it, so thankfully I don't want to use it.
What is the best weapon for smashing children?
Are we doing phrasing?
Well, yeah.
Let's earn that explicit tag. Shit.
It's a flail, right?
Well,
I do have a flail, yes.
Morningstar? Is that the one with the spikes? I think it
And
is.
Yep, a flail has chains that the spiked balls hang off of.
Moving on. Yeah, so you played it on Steam.
I did. Yep.
Okay.
Sure did.
Yeah.
That is a gorgeous, gorgeous game. I'd forgotten how nice that game looks.
It do look nice.
It's like the opening sequence, the intro really pulled me in. Kind of reminded me of Firewatch, where it's like, oh, I give a shit and I'm trying not to cry now. Okay, let's start playing this game. And it's tough though.
So it's a platformer.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania type game, and it's difficult. It seems to be more the jumping kind of challenge than the combat challenge for the most part.
Okay.
And I'm not wild about that. That's really skirting the line where it's like, hey, this is frustrating, almost frustrating enough to make me want to quit, but not quite. There's lots of, double jumps and fall down this shaft with spikes on either side of it. Don't hit them. And, like mid-air jumping shenanigans.
Do you get like abilities that allow you to do that kind of stuff mo better, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania, so like I've gotten the ability to double jump that I didn't start the game with, and like there's one that lets you freeze time when you're about to get hit by a missile and like zip past it and shoot up in the air. So there's lots of like trying to chain that stuff together to reach things.
That seems good.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're not sold on the game.
Yeah, you don't sound in love with it.
What's wrong? Where did it hurt you?
Show us on the dot.
Yeah, those kind of acrobatic, challenging, jumping, puzzly bits, that's not always fun for me. That can be frustrating for me. I'd prefer the combat be challenging rather than the jumping be challenging.
You're not in love with the, okay, try again, start over, try this same sequence again, and this time don't die kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Like it's really well done, I am enjoying it. Just it's skirting that line.
Gotcha. Cool. So in the cover art for it, it looks like there's like a big kind of bear looking thing, and then a tiny little thing that it's like cradling. Is that
Yeah, a little kitty imp thing.
so? You're playing as the kitty imp thing. Do you ever control
Yeah.
the other thing? Or
Just during the prologue.
hey, Luke, what's up?
Hey, the video for Twitch does not appear to be working.
Oh, good. All right, thanks. Yep. Now it is. Now it is. There we go. It's okay.
Yeah,
The people,
there it is.
Push the
Hey,
buttons.
you know
Hey.
what now? You know what? It is a pretty game.
Yeah.
Now that I can see
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
One of these times, I'm gonna do everything on my end just perfectly, and it'll go real smooth. Like sometime,
You're doing
This
a
has
great
all
job.
been
sometime around episode
46.
40
Yep.
plus 6. Yeah, there you go.
This has all been building up to episode 46. That's the big payoff.
Just you guys wait. You guys sticking it out? Man, you're in for a treat. Treat next week. All right. Well,
Brian, tell me about this ability tree. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems to be roughly broken up into like offensive boosts, like health recovery, and like picking up orbs. Like,
I'm a big fan of talent trees like that.
yeah, me too. The save system is pretty liberal, thankfully. You can kind of save anywhere. Like you get these energy power-ups, and you can spend them to save just anywhere, which is nice because there's plenty of times where there's a tough puzzle I just got through and I don't want to do it ever again. So, finish it and save right away.
gotcha. Cool. Is it
I think
a?
that's how all games should be.
Is it a?
Save whenever you want, wherever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Is
No,
Is it any kind
Yes.
of like a roguelike thing, or is it just a regular
nope.
ass video game?
regular ass video game.
Okay.
Like I said, it's super well done. I think maybe the kind of challenging it is, might not be for me.
Sure. Oh, that's cool. I like
Yeah.
I like the visual style. I like everything I'm seeing about it. Might give it a go.
It's a good one.
Cool.
Reminds me of Guacamelee. Like I quit that for the same reason. It's just like this is just too much super challenging jumping and platformy bits.
Yeah, the whole instant death spikes thing can be a real. Yeah, that can get old quick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's neat though. I'm glad you played it. I've been intrigued by it, and it looks neat. There you go.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hey, you guys. I just want to take a moment and talk about Diablo 3. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't play Diablo this week. I had other stuff to play this week.
That's why this is actually the real reason why I was gone for so long. Is because you guys wouldn't stop talking about Diablo, and then so I decided to come back when it was all done.
One day we'll get you to enjoy that game.
I hope we don't.
Actually, no, we
Yeah,
won't.
it's fine.
It'll
I'm
never
fine
happen.
with Diablo being our thing and not having. That
I'm
be a
fine.
thing
I'm
that-
fine with not having to play it.
Yeah, there you go. It's fine. We won't make this a thing. But hey,
Everybody wins.
Hey, Aaron, you and I, we done played some Heroes of the Storm though. We did that.
We did. We went 1-4, or yeah, 1-4,
Mm-hmm.
and the least fun game was the win.
Yeah, I captured one of our
How
losses
does
here
that
so that we could
happen?
cherish it forever. If you guys want to follow along.
How that happens, Luke, is our teammates were frustratingly bad and just refused to win the game. Just absolutely refused to win the game without making sure that all of the things were blue and all of the things were demolished.
Yep, the whole enemy team's dead for a minute. Time to go take all the rest of the keeps.
There was
Take the keeps and get some camps, and oh boy.
there was two separate occasions where we had wiped their team, pushed to the core, and then all of our teammates pinged retreat and turned around and ran to go do camps instead of just finishing the game. And I was like, typing core now, let's go, pinging it, and they were just no, like attack the towers and attack the.
Yeah.
We got to get
Well,
camps.
if you take the siege camp helps you push the core.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep. It definitely does that.
The logic's there.
The logic is there.
Take the siege camp and then go through their their keep down there, and then hit the core when they spawn instead of let's go hit the core now while they're all dead.
Well, the key is once you take the siege camp, you just have to walk away and just let it do its work all by itself.
Here you go. Brace yourselves. I've got a hockey analogy. Somehow the entire enemy team decides to get penalties and put in the penalty box somehow. And
Got a 5 on none.
we've got a 5 on none, and all we have to do is just go take the puck to the other end of the ice and shoot it. And instead, everyone's like, well, we should do a line change and probably, like, I don't know, take the puck back behind our own net
laps.
and maybe do some push-ups on the
We
ice.
should do a line change, set our offense.
Like, it's just, it's
Make
so
sure you clear the
frustrating.
broken sticks.
Right, yeah. Maybe get the
You
Zamboni
don't
out
want a
here.
trip.
Zamboni could do a run real quick. It feels like that. So it's a little bit frustrating. But yeah, we done played a bunch, and Kring and I are now silver team league players, and
Not bronze.
we're gonna get an elemental bear mount, and there's nothing you can do about it. So there you
Yep.
go.
I'm gonna get a bear, and it's gonna have fire and
And don't forget the
rocks,
rocks.
and
It's gonna
It's
be
not going to have a pancake on its
so
head.
cool. That's true. It won't have that. Some of them do, but that one doesn't. So yeah, that's the thing. Here's another game that we all played except for Brian. It's called Destiny 2, and I'm going to let Luke talk about that first.
So I did not play as much as I wanted to of the Destiny 2 beta
Why
for
not?
PC.
I played
Because I can
exactly as
never
much as I wanted to.
coordinate my schedules to do any of the strikes.
Yeah.
But this game, it feels real freaking good.
It does.
It's
What are
a
strikes?
gorgeous game on PC. The controls are just as smooth as can be, and I am very hyped for this. I want to play this real good, real bad.
Maxwell, you asked what are strikes? Strikes are
Yeah,
like,
they're like raids.
they're like-
They're
events.
dungeons.
yeah, they're like a dungeon in World of Warcraft, or
Yeah.
so they're like that's the best. That's you know what a dungeon is. Yeah.
Get 5 people. kind of
They're a
thing.
wild dungeon.
I think
that's
there's
all.
I think they're 3. I think you do them with 3.
Yep, 3 people.
Yeah, and it's they're challenging, man. I got to do a couple of them, and well, so far the challenge has been keeping a party of 3 together. That doesn't
Yeah, so-
seem to be a thing.
That was one disappointment that I had. Is I got into a strike and it queued us up real quick. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go into this. Man, I jumped down off this platform. We start shooting some stuff. I keep moving forward, and then my other 2 teammates just don't follow me, and I can't backtrack to see what they're doing. And then like someone does a slash dance and say, so and so dances. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like, there's like I'm sure there's probably a chat button somewhere that I could type to them, but I didn't know what it was. But like, I just went through half this dungeon by myself until I was like, well, I'm coming up to a boss. I'm not going to solo it, so I'm just going to quit out. So I really, really wish we could have, like, 3 of us sat down and done this strike together over chat, voice chat, but yeah, the schedules could not line up to do it. But I think it would have been fantastic with the 3 of us together.
Yeah, I did a couple of them, and it's had similar experiences. Not quite that bad. In mine, it was like one person stayed behind, or another guy, disconnected midway through. And I was checking the forums and stuff, like the subreddit, and people were saying that it should be filling other people in. That like when you get to the checkpoints, it should be catching you up. So like if you had reached one of those checkpoints, it should have ported the other 2 people to them.
Yeah,
I
that
don't-
makes sense.
I don't think that was happening. And I guess that used to happen in the first Destiny.
well, that happened a lot in That happened in Halo as well when you had multiplayer doing co-op.
Yeah.
That's how that worked.
Yeah, and it did eventually happen once to me. Like, there was one where I spawned into the game, but instead of putting me with the other two guys, it put me at the very start of it. So I was just running the whole time as fast as I could, going through areas with no enemies in them to try to catch up to them. And when they finally got to the boss, it was like, oh, you're going to be ported to the boss in 10 seconds. I'm like, okay, cool. So at least the system is there. It just wasn't quite working the way it was intended, I think.
It's in beta.
But yeah,
That's why I do betas.
beta.
yeah, but the strikes, I mean, that was the most fun that I had. I tried some of the multiplayer. I did the campaign thing, and the strikes were the most fun that I had. And that doesn't really surprise me because that's always what I had most fun doing in World of Warcraft. Was the dungeons.
Oh yeah,
5-man
sure.
dungeons were my favorite. And that's really what it feels like. You're going through this area, and at the end there's a big boss, and it drops a chest with loot in it. And it's, you know, it's what you'd expect it to be. It was challenging. There was 3 phases to the boss fight. It had like this big don't stand on the floor is lava kind of move that it did, and you had to use your jump abilities to get to a different section of the platform before that turned into lava, and it was just a lot of fun. It was really challenging and fun. So
yeah, it was very awesome. Like I didn't get to play that boss, but I've seen a stream of it before, and it just seemed really cool how the entire floor just falls out and go to a whole new area.
Yep.
And the like the little grinder thing that's coming across, like grinding up the stone. Go through that part of the level. That's really, really cool. So, and it just played so well on PC.
Yeah,
I was really concerned about how they would port it over, if they would do an okay job on it. And they did.
Yep,
If there's one thing that Bungie knows how to do, it's polish a title. They can. The Halo games were always just really well done and really well put together, and everything from their multiplayer system and stuff always seemed to go quite smoothly.
I'll tell you one thing that was not smooth was they gave you 0 direction as a new player on how to customize or change anything. Or
I was going to mention that. Yeah,
that was the one thing that
they didn't tell you shit.
Like, if you've never played Destiny before, you're in the dark on this one. Like, I didn't understand why. Like, I was starting games in the versus mode, and my super weapon always had no ammo in it. And I was like, why am I starting with no ammo? That seems weird. And that's a gameplay mechanic. It's a balance thing. The super weapons are meant to be like one-shot kill, very powerful weapons, and the ammo for them is strategically spawning around the map in certain places. So instead of running to go pick up the shotgun or the sword like you would in Halo, you're going to get ammo for your super weapon, and that's the thing that's contested on the map. So that was kind of a cool thing, but I would have liked to have known that going into it, not just being like, oh shit, why is my gun out of ammo? Do I need to buy ammo? Is there a store? Is there, like, there isn't anything kind of like pointing you to that.
You have to. It's $2.99.
Swipe your credit card. Yeah. Apple Pay. Just tap it to your screen and.
Yeah, it's in a loot box.
It's a DLC. You gotta pre-order to get your ammo. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think I'm sold on it. Like, I think I'm gonna pick this up when it comes out in October.
Yep. You're gonna pick it up at launch. You're not gonna. Wait
I
for
don't
an
know,
inevitable
man.
price drop or anything like that. You're going to pick it up at launch. Tyler, think of everything coming out in October here.
Mario and Shadow of War are my games that I care about in
And
October.
The Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, I'll play that eventually.
There's so many fantastic titles coming out in like the next 2 months.
There's something for everyone. It's almost like you could pick and choose.
For me, there's so many different things coming out that Destiny it's good, and it's probably the best polished beta I've ever played. But it's not something that I'm going to be picking up because I'm going to be focusing my time on other things. This is something that if I picked up at launch would sit on the back burner for 2-3 months anyway, so I'll pick it up 2-3 months down the road.
Yeah, but then Tyler and I aren't going to be playing it.
There is a
All the more reason to not play it.
there is an element
For 2-3
of like
months.
wanting to get in during the hype when there's a lot of people playing, and I'm gonna be able to find people to do strikes with and that kind of thing. There's an element of that I don't want to miss out on, but I don't know. I mean, there are a few things that I'm curious about that I want to see if that kind of stuff gets addressed. It sounds like I said, I did a little digging around on the subreddit, and it sounds like the things that were complaints of mine are things that are either going to be addressed in the full version or something that I'll experience more over time. But
What a good looking game it is, though.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
it does a very good job of making you feel like a total badass too. Like the super abilities are one of the coolest things that I've ever done in a first person shooter. It puts you into third person and turns you into just this avatar of destruction. Like, it doesn't matter which one it is. I tried all three classes. The hunter has a subclass where he gets like a light staff thing and just does flips and shit and cartwheels and stuff around, just kicking the crap out of everything. What Luke's playing, the Titan, has one where you get a big Captain America shield and you just bash the crap out of everybody and get a big, like force field block thing. Yeah. The Warlock has, I think it's called a Dawn Blade, where you use your jetpack to fly up in the air and you get a fire sword to rain down these huge arcing fire blasts at people. It's really some real cool stuff. And there's, I think there's 2 subclasses for each main class. So, and those have talent trees that you can spec into different things to augment your skills. It's got all of what I'm looking for. It does feel like the evolution of Halo. It feels like the game that Bungie wanted to make. So, I think I'm sold on it.
I am concerned though a little bit with Bungie that it seems like they're a one-trick pony. Like this is very much
it's
like
fucking
everything
Halo.
feels like yeah. Everything is like, hey, remember Halo?
Yeah.
Well, this is just not Halo. It's like the Hydrox of Halo.
Right down to like, you're fighting brutes. These are the fucking brutes from Halo. Like, they don't look like, if you squint, it looks like I'm watching Halo gameplay.
Yeah, but good on Bungie for knowing what they're good at and sticking with it, though.
It's true.
I mean, you're not wrong. I would like to see something different from them. Maybe not different. Like, stick with the first-person shooter, but like, you've got this 343 Guilty Spark that's like coming along with you, but he's shaped a little bit different, so he's not 343 Guilty Spark.
Right, he's a little more angular.
He's a little more angular. Last game you had Dinklebot. I mean, it wasn't like, it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be so on the nose. They could do a first person shooter that is, an adaptation of something completely different, and it would be just as good.
I have to imagine that the people at Microsoft were just like, wow. This is as close to Halo as you can get, while legally still being able to call it something different.
Right. It's close to copyright infringement you can get without getting sued.
Their legal department was like, but it's like, I could just imagine they're just salivating trying to find a way to shut this down. But yeah. Anyway, get on Destiny 2, because I think I'm gonna be there with you.
So this is not coming out until mid-October, late October, or something like that for PC.
27th, I think, is the date that they
Yeah,
announced.
I think late October.
Console
Comes out on console like any day now.
The 27th?
I think it's the 20th.
Mario Odyssey Day. And I
That's
think
Mario
it's Shadow
Day.
of War Day.
Yeah.
Like, hard no. It's not going to see any of my time until I'm done with Mario Odyssey. If it came out like October 2nd or something like that, then it would have, a couple of weeks there before Mario and Shadow of War come out. But
Well, if it's anything like Zelda, with Brian,
24th.
you will be able to play Destiny at like October 29th.
It comes out 3 days before Mario.
Okay, so there you go.
it comes out what now?
3 days before Mario.
That's right. Nintendo
Yeah,
releases
3 whole days.
Releases on Fridays, don't they?
Yeah, that's so awesome, but odd at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think
Boy. October sure is a busy month.
yeah, start saving now. Start saving now. Um Man, what else do we got to talk about? Do we have one for just old Kring? Does Kring have one? Where's Kring?
Up,
Yeah,
up.
there you go.
You moved me in the thing
I'm-
below the intro for some reason.
Yeah, I got it.
Maybe you're that excited that I'm here.
I got it. Yeah,
That you wanted to give me my own special
I
section.
didn't know where your
Probably
name went. I was so confused.
It's just
Here we go.
glad I'm here.
Let's. Oh God, everything's wrong. Hold please, technical difficulties. That's the technical difficulties
we don't
song.
have-
episode 46, guys.
Yeah, I know. You're so it's coming soon. Coming soon to a screen near you. How about Sonic Mania, Kring? What's up with that?
Do you guys remember Sonic?
Yeah, I do. This looks exactly like that, only a little bit more
Because it
better.
is. It really is.
Yeah.
No, it's if you liked the Genesis Sonic titles, this is
I did.
exactly that. There's better music. Everything's a little bit crisper. The frame rate's real good.
Seen that.
But the control scheme. My hat's off to Christian Whitehead. He did a tremendous job recreating the physics of this game perfectly without using the actual engine. He had to recreate the entire physics engine himself from scratch
Wow.
to get it to go. Yeah, that's what he ended up doing in his he had a fan version, it was basically just a fan game that he had that he presented to Sega before they greenlit this game, and he was very diligently recreating the physics of the game
Wrecked.
from scratch.
Sorry.
So, what wrecked?
You just ate a whole face full of spikes. That's all. Don't worry. It's fine.
You think this is me playing this game?
Yeah, because we get all our own gameplay footage. And, yep.
This was totally Luke.
Okay. Yep. I have a question.
Yeah.
One, there's a
take one for
cool
the team.
there's a cool thing that's happening when you lose your rings. They get all kind of 3D and big and stuff.
No, that was if you noticed the blue ring box.
I did notice that. That was my next
was
question.
collected. That is what that does. It's a holdover from, I think, Sonic CD. Where it makes it so that you lose fewer rings, but each ring is worth more. So if you collect one of those rings that dropped off of you, you might end up with 10 rings coming back to you.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it's a ring combiner raider. Combobulator.
Yeah,
Oh,
combiner raider.
There they all go.
No.
Sorry.
No, this is if the Sega Saturn came out and instead of trying to do some stupid 3D thing that didn't work and ended up having to scrap every single Sonic game, they just decided to stick with what they knew and made a 2D Sonic game. This is almost exactly what would have come out back in 1995. And that's what they were shooting for. Something that was almost the peak of what they could do on the Saturn, but definitely would not run on the Genesis. And that's what you got with this, and it's real good. Yeah.
I'm curious if this kind of gameplay holds up in 2017.
Well,
if you didn't have the nostalgia.
This is what I was going to get to on it.
Because it's just running and jumping. I mean,
is the platforming does still hold up, and they did a pretty good job with creating some new stuff. But what does not hold up, and I brought up saves a little while ago, is saving this game. This game needs to have saves in it because it's a real pain in the butt. You save after each and every stage, but if you die and you get a game over, so if you lose all your lives and you get a game over and you're on, say, Act 2 at the boss and you die to the boss the last time, you don't get to start over from the beginning of Act 2. You have to start over from the very beginning of Act 1.
Mm.
So I'm
That's
currently
not good.
stuck at a point where I just kind of put it down. The other day I was playing and I'm on the final level and I get to the final boss and I die and I get a game over and it was 12 minutes worth of gameplay to get to that final boss. Like, that's how long these levels take at the end of the game, and it's not real satisfying. It's really, really frustrating to go through, and I ended up just going, nope, I need to back off of this because I did it like 2-3 times in a row,
Yeah.
died, lost all my lives, get a game over at the final boss, and no, I'm not in the right headspace to get destroyed here over and over.
So what I'm seeing, and this is kind of the thing that always bummed me out about these games, is like the appeal was you could get going super fast and just kind of like blast through these levels and keep that speed going. And the way that they were designed was always like, you can do that, but then you hit a spring and it totally killed all of your momentum and you went right into some spikes.
Wham!
And you got to completely come to a total stop now. That always felt kind of weird to me. Like I liked the games because there's a lot of exploration to them, but they never seem to live up to that whole idea of like just speeding through and being like super efficient.
Right, like all the speed always came with a lack of control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like anytime I'm going super fast, I'm out of control.
Part of that always felt to me like a way to artificially lengthen the games that you felt, because people who are really good at speedrunning these games and Mario's the same way too. People who are really, really good at it can get this game done in just a few minutes. I mean, I've got the achievement on the Xbox 360 for beating Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in under 45 minutes on a single playthrough. And I did that my first time because I've played this game so much that I just know everything about it. But this game did less of that than the original Genesis titles.
Okay, that's what I was
There's still some of those things there. What this game does a lot better to lengthen the gameplay is these worlds and these maps are massive. Okay. There are tons and tons and tons of different branching paths, and they're way bigger. Like usually on the Genesis titles, you'd have a top route and a bottom route, and now this is like incredibly vertical. There might be 5 or 6 different routes stacking on top of each other that you could take, and they kind of overlap with each other and crisscross and stuff in different ways, and it ends up these levels are huge. Especially the ones that are newly created. They did some brand new levels, and they did quite a few reimaginings of original levels.
Like Rob Zombie, yeah.
Sure, like Rob Zombie. Yep.
He did that Halloween remake. Reimagining, sorry. Yep.
Yes.
I was going somewhere with it. I'm not totally crazy, okay? But
I believe they call that a reboot.
Sure, yeah. Reboot.
But yeah, it's if you like the Sonic games at all, or you're interested in a platformer at all, the other nice thing about it is it's not at the time these games originally came out, they were AAA titles. Now it's $20, so it's not. You're not paying full price for a game that, because of what it is, doesn't feel like you should pay full price for it.
Yeah. It's 2017, and the premier platformer, 2D platformer on the brand new Nintendo Switch is Sonic.
Is a Sonic
the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Because Nintendo won't let me play Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Hey, Mario's lame and slow.
What does the Robotnik box do? And I'm going to call him that because fuck Eggman. That's not what his name is. What is that?
The Robotnik box, these first appeared in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in the multiplayer. What a Robotnik box will do is it'll be like hitting spikes.
Oh, okay.
You will lose all your rings. If you have no rings, it will kill you. So it's just like it's just a damage box.
Just a fuck you
That's
box.
all it
It's just there to fool you.
Hey, here's
one
a
thing
box.
One thing that you'll note that was cool about this game is they did a lot of little nods. I think some of the stuff, especially in this level here, there'll be stuff where it's like writing in the background that is present in previous games. Little nods and stuff to that. There's like this Sega Sonic popcorn shop is actually a
That's fun.
Is a real arcade machine. Sega had apparently in Japan popcorn machines that you would go and buy popcorn, but you would also play Sonic the Hedgehog on them because Japan.
Yeah.
Because Japan.
Checks out.
They also had a little nod to the Genesis does what Nintendo don't thing. There you'll see somewhere, I don't know what stage it's on, but in the background you'll see Genesis does.
Nice.
Cool. So it's cool. They got little nods to that whole era of gaming while adding
Staying
some
true
new stuff
to
and
the
making
roots.
it a little bit fresh.
That's what the kids like. They like it
Oh
fresh.
yeah.
Good stuff, man.
So,
I'm glad you played it.
It is exactly what I was hoping for. So I am 100% satisfied with this title. I'm a little bit frustrated with the lack of ability to save. That's the thing that feels the most clunky. Being that it's 2017 and I'm used to Skyrim, I can save 1,000 times whenever I want, wherever I want, regardless of what's happening, as long as enemies aren't nearby. Isn't that it? Or no, it's fast travel if enemies are nearby.
Yeah,
But
you can save whenever.
But this game, that still feels a little bit clunky. That I can get through the first stage and it will save, but if I die during the second stage, I got to start all over again. That's not fun.
Yeah, some 90s things I don't have nostalgia for.
Yeah, never mind. Yep. I don't want to go down the Third Eye Blind road again. I won't go there again. They're good, goddammit. I don't care. Okay.
Moving on.
Anyway.
It's all right, Tyler.
Yeah. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Tyler.
I know one thing about you. Is that you
Lay it on me.
So you like a good RPG.
I do.
And
it does.
you done played one called Path of Exile. PoE, as the kids are calling it.
I was hoping for the other one.
What's the other one?
Diablo 3. It's the other one.
Yeah, no Diablo 3 this week, Crane.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I thought we were gonna. I thought you were going.
No, we'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there, sunshine.
Calm
We'll
your
get
pretty
there.
little teeth.
But I don't give a shit about Path of Exile.
I don't really either, but we're going to talk about it. goddammit. So, Path of Exile is
Path of
an
Exile sucks.
RPG.
Brian didn't like it. Let's move on.
Yeah, it's very much in the vein of Diablo 2. It's something a lot of fans like. It's got this really hardcore following. Like every time I see reviews for it, people are like, "I hated Diablo 3, but this is 10 times better. I love this, and I play it all the time." And I want to see what they see because I like action RPGs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably the third time I've picked it up and tried it, and just trying to, Alan Waked it. It's like it appeals to me, but it
bounces right off.
Doesn't pull me in. I think part of it is just, I don't know if it's the starting area, but this is probably 3 or 4 hours in, and it's just everything's just brown and gray and drab and shitty looking. Just like none of the skills feel impactful.
No, all it looks really bad.
Yeah, everything's
You know
just
what?
kind
You know
of.
what it looks a lot like? Looks a lot like Diablo 2.
Yeah,
It does look a lot like Diablo 2.
Which makes me realize why people who hate Diablo 3 but love Diablo 2 would love this giant turd.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Go ahead,
like
Brian.
all the
That's kinda what it was
skills
meant to be.
are
It was-
based on
it was meant
runes.
to be Diablo 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the skills are based on runes, so like all your abilities that you're using are based on runes that you pick up and slot into your gear.
What is this tree?
That's the skill tree.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a skill tree.
That's
It's
a
a skill
skill
growth.
forest.
Yes.
you're only seeing like a third of it too right now, Grant.
Yeah, that's only part
Yep.
of it.
That is
Well, and it
stupidly
seems like
complex.
most of those nodes are like plus 10 strength and plus 5% attack speed and plus 10% fire damage. Like there's not a lot of exciting stuff in there that I could see. And I'm not sure what the difference is in the classes. Like I know each class is going to start in its own section of that skill tree, but if all the skills are tied to runes, can't my sorcerer look like my Templar? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried it a couple times too, and
I want to see what everyone, like, people rave about this game.
I think it being free helps a lot. I think that dulls a lot of people's criticisms of it, because you can get away with a lot more on a free game than you can a $60 investment.
I'm sure that's some part of it.
This is
I don't know, this didn't quite work for me.
A big part of it for me is you're a fucking guy wearing a toga, smacking things with a big wooden stick, and it doesn't look fun at all. You look stupid. The abilities, like the walking animation, is bad. It just straight up isn't good, and none of this looks fun.
Yeah, most other action RPGs haven't worked for me. Grim Dawn's the same way. Like, it's just ugly and shitty, and the skills don't feel strong or impactful. And I try it every few months. I'm just like, no, there's nothing here for me.
Really, really tried to get into Grim Dawns. I wanted to love that game so much because it's made by the same people who made Titan Quest.
Yeah, I know you're a fan of that
Titan
one.
Quest is one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just could not get into Grim Dawn, but for the same reasons. Everything was just shades of brown and just kind of shitty looking.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
like the actual quality of the design is pretty good. Like
It's not
the
bad.
textures and stuff are good. The
Right.
lighting and shading effects are all
Like-
good, but the design feels soulless.
Yep, and I think the
This feels
Torchlight
like if,
games are the ones that have worked for me, but those have a completely different look to them too, and I wonder
Right.
if that's part of it. Like, they're very cartoony and very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
What this looks like to me is if you had artists who painstakingly did the lighting design and painstakingly did the texture mapping, but then they just ran a computer algorithm to design the entire rest of the game, and this is what plopped out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, no part of it looks bad, like you said. Like, the floors look good, all the detail. There's a lot of detail in the environment. The water looks good.
I got it. I know what it's missing.
Shoot.
We've talked about it plenty of times already.
I know exactly
It's
what you're going to
Blizzard
say.
polish.
The Blizzard
Yep.
polish.
Yep, I was going to say the same
Is
exact
exactly
thing.
what it's missing.
I was going to say the same exact thing, because when you take Diablo 3 on its own and look at the quality of the textures and things like that, it looks like a PS2 game. It looks shitty. Like, you look at any of those models up close, they don't look good, but they're animated superbly. The way that the abilities all interact with everything is super impactful. Even when you're playing a wizard and casting stuff, everything feels like it's all kinetic. And
You're doing
And their
something.
sound design's really good too. Like,
Yep.
every hit, like the sound and feel of the hits really feels satisfying.
And that's because they pay people good money to be part of dedicated sound teams. They're not just, here's Sword Clank 4. Like, they go and make sure that stuff's all recorded super well, and people take time to make cool, interesting sounds. We were talking about that, a couple weeks ago with just even the little things, like the sound of a rift opening up, or the sound of when a legendary clangs onto the floor,
Yes.
and all of those
There's
little
just those
things.
certain noises that you just pick up.
Yep. It's all
So
done.
yeah, it's not for me. I'm glad people like it, but
Yep.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure
It's missing
Path
something.
of Exile is actually a pretty decent game, and I give the developers props on what they made.
mhm.
But you can't go up against Blizzard, and what is honestly, this genre is their domain.
Yeah.
Diablo is the top game in the isometric action RPG genre. You can't go against them, and they have the budget to just demolish anyone else.
Yep. And there's an element too, like Luke, you and I have said, I think part of the reason I can't get into something like this is that I've already tasted the fruit of Blizzard's loins. And Like, I've already got some investment there. Like, it's not so much that I'm opposed to trying other games in the same genre, but if it's something so close and I already have one available to me that I know I enjoy, the time it would take to learn, to get a high-level
Well,
character in this would be,
When we've got 200 plus hours invested in Diablo 3, they
That's,
start something new.
that's probably lowballing it.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, seriously,
At
it's
least for
probably
me, it
lowballing
is.
Why would Tyler play Dota in a world where Heroes exists? Or you know
Yeah.
what? No, here's a better analogy. Why would Tyler play two worlds in a world where Skyrim exists?
There it
Email
is.
us at questlogpodcast@gmail.com.
You can just
Send all your hate mail.
You can just or just mail at questlogcast.com. There you go. That
Oh,
works, too.
You know what? You can send us hate mail, but if one of you could just tell us why you like this game, that would be great.
Yeah. Why not?
We had Tyler, you and I have a buddy who was really, really into Path of Exile for a while, and he wouldn't touch Diablo at all.
Well, and that was because I think so. That's where I think the free to play thing comes into effect. Like, hey, I can play this game that I like. And it's one of these. If you haven't played either one, this one's free, and there's tons of content. It's being updated constantly, and he had other people that he knew that played it and were willing to give him gear and teach him the ropes. Whereas Blizzard still wants you to pay.
PoE make money?
They have stuff you can buy that's cosmetics.
It's not just cosmetics either. It's storage space, and I think there's some other things, some gameplay unlock kind of things that you have to buy with real money.
I mean, this is a lot like Heroes or anything else, where it's like I'm already invested in the system. I'm not going to go relearn a whole new system for something similar. People aren't going to come to Heroes from League any more than we're going to go to League from Heroes. Like,
some people do.
Put your hand down, Craig.
Well, I came to Heroes from League.
Yeah,
that fucks up my
I
argument.
actually had spent several American dollars on champions and stuff in League and totally jumped ship.
That's because me and Tyler charmed you.
I think that's the other part of it is you're going to go where your friends are. Like, you're going to go where you have people to play with. And
yeah, that's true.
If Luke and I and Krang had all said, okay, we're going to try Path of Exile together, maybe it would have been more fun to do it all at the same time. But hey, there's green stuff on this map. I mean, it's still a lot of brown.
You know what,
Those blocks
you're
are
not wrong. We all decided to beat rocks with other rocks while letting our dongs hang out for 6 months.
It's true.
Just because you were playing it.
He's talking about
That's
Rust.
Rust for anyone who's questioning.
Yeah. Yep.
I was talking about the time we were, out back in the woods.
No, that's
for 6
that's
months.
that's 2 weeks.
That's
from
2
now.
weeks. Yeah. That's when that happens. All right.
Are pants optional on this camping trip?
Yeah, we got to stay in your camper, so yeah, you make the rules on that one, bud. Yeah. So speaking of things that happened years ago, oh god, this is surreal. Seeing myself. Okay, there we go. I played some Skyrim, you guys. I don't know if that surprised anyone, but I played some more Skyrim.
Are you wearing the same shirt in that video as you are today?
I might have been.
I planted the Skyrim seed a few weeks ago.
You did, and I got right back into it, and there's so much setup, you guys. You gotta go get all your mods right. You gotta install all your mods. You gotta create your character. I mean, and that takes at least
an hour.
No, I did it pretty quick that time. I just whipped up a Breton real quick. Decided I was going to
Tyler,
be
do you ever play as non-human characters? Do you ever play as like a Khajiit or an Argonian, or is it always like a Nord or a Breton?
Nords and Bretons are my favorite. I do like playing orcs.
Okay.
But that's about it.
But
don't really dig the
elves
elves. I don't like the elves. I don't like
big brutes or nothing.
Well, okay, so my Breton is a spellcaster and a brute.
Of course he is.
He is. You'll see in a second here, I've decided to start my my role-playing experience as a vigilant of Stendar, and I'm gonna light shit on fire and smack it with a mace, and that's gonna be my guy. So yeah, part of this was we've been talking about doing trying D&D out in the woods in our little camping trip, and I thought, what better thing to get me in the mood is to roll a brand new character and head out into the world and, you know.
Roll a brand new character who's the same species as the last one.
It's different. I normally play.
Do they both have beards?
Oh, he's got
Did the last one have a
he's got a
Were they
rockin'
both-
beard, yeah. Big old
Were
gray
they
beard.
Were they both mage brutes?
I can't wait until I get old enough to where all this just turns gray and I can look like my Skyrim character finally. Like, I just cannot wait. But yeah, I'm pretty predictable. If you see me playing Skyrim, I'm probably playing a white guy with a big old beard.
Do you ever play
Right,
as
big bushy beard.
Yeah,
Do you ever play as a red guard?
Crane.
Because don't they get no. Because don't they get like dumped on a lot in the game, and it's an entirely different gameplay experience?
They have curved swords, and I'm not about that life, so I don't.
He doesn't want a different gameplay experience,
Yeah.
Kring. I think we made that clear.
Yeah, I've got over 1,000 hours into Skyrim, and it's all Nords and
Just old beard.
It's old
all
beards.
just old
it's
bearded
all
white
old
dudes.
beards. Yeah, it's old beards.
Tyler loves old bearded white dudes.
Yeah. There's your episode title. Maybe. Anyway. Yeah, it's good, guys. I don't know, Skyrim's fun. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit though. I'm gonna zoom forward a little bit so you can see me die instantly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, let's see that.
Here's a mod. I've talked about it before. I run mods that make it so that when you're in cold areas, you get real cold, and you need to eat and stay warm and shit. And
I sure wouldn't be in
there's poop in
Skyrim
this
then.
game.
what's that?
You can poop in this game?
I don't think you can poop.
You've made it don't starve.
Did you see it poop?
You
You
said
made it.
you have to eat and stay warm and
Kring's
shit.
doing a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Kring. You're so clever. You're a clever boy. So anyway, yeah, I ran out bright-eyed and bushy-bearded into the world and decided to explore a little bit and totally forgot to make sure I had like warm clothes and the things I needed to make a fire and all that
You're
shit.
basically naked there.
Yeah, I've got a robe on and a hood.
Yeah, you left camp without your beefalo hat.
Yeah, it was a bad choice. I pissed off a giant. I took his stuff, and then I explored for like 5 minutes and then promptly fell to exposure. But these mods do such a cool thing. Like, you don't just instantly die; you collapse, and it says, "Oh, a hunter found you and took you back to his camp," and so like you just kind of get teleported to this other warm place, and it lets you keep going. Sometimes that'll happen, or sometimes you'll just die. So it's kind of random, but it makes the game a lot more fun for me. I like a good survival in my Skyrim. So
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
When you've played the game for 1,000 hours and you refuse to be anything other than a bearded white dude, you have to do things to make the gameplay experience a little
You gotta
different.
spice it up a little bit. Yeah.
It still blows my mind that this game is relevant 6 years later, and they're still selling it for $60.
Are they really? Is it still 60?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's the enhanced edition. So there you go.
Well, that's because you know what, they have to sell it for $60 because Luke, you wouldn't pay for mods.
That's true.
How are they
This
supposed
It's
to make
really
money?
your fault, Luke.
Yeah. Did you buy the horse armor?
The what armor?
Horse?
I mean, I did.
For the
Oh,
brothels.
horse.
For the brothels, yeah.
I heard whore armor.
Did you buy that?
Well, yeah, of course I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the other mods that you install.
He paid good money for those whores. He's not letting them die.
Oh man.
Around carrying my shit.
Yeah, so there's
Then they're
that.
going to re-release this on Switch for another $60.
Yeah, but you know what? Won't have mods, so
I want to know
Just
how
talked
much
myself out of
money
that.
Bethesda has made on Skyrim in the last 6 years.
enough to possibly fund a Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, that's what
Game of Thrones hype.
yeah. I read that. Is that why we haven't seen a Skyrim 6 or an Elder Scrolls 6?
That's the conspiracy rumor.
I don't think that's why, but I think so. Originally, there was a rumor
Wouldn't be wrong.
that the HBO people and the Game of Thrones people came to Bethesda and wanted them to make a game, but it was like shortly after Skyrim had released, and they were like, "Nah, that's kind of too much mixing of the things and brand confusion. We don't know if anyone's going to give a shit about Game of Thrones." And then,
You say brand or Bran?
Yes, Night King confusion.
Okay.
Night King confusion.
Anyway, so the rumor, like Target apparently put an image up for a game called Game of Thrones Bethesda, was like what was posted. So I don't know, things have been leaked that way before. Retailers
Didn't they leak Shadow of War that way?
Yep.
Wasn't that a Target?
Target.
Oops.
You got it. Yep.
So
Guy Target.
let me think about this for a second, though.
Do it.
Tyler will play that game for $1,000, and he will only ever be Jon Snow, and he will only ever be north of Winterfell.
Hopefully there's a mod
You're
I
not
can
wrong.
make so that I have to, bring provisions and stay by campfires and stuff. Yeah, people will be like, "Oh, King's Landing is so beautiful." I'm like, where is that? They don't grow beards
Do you
down
think
there.
it would be like in the entirety of Westeros?
I have no idea what it. I have no
It would
idea.
have to be, wouldn't it?
I think it should be.
I
I don't know,
mean,
do you think they could pull it off without it being too similar to this? I mean, has Bethesda done other games that would make you think they can do that?
Well,
It's going to be Skyrim reskinned as Game of Thrones.
I don't. Would it be though? I mean, they've
Yes.
had. Oh yeah, maybe that's why they're keeping Skyrim alive.
look, I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can just release Skyrim Game of Thrones edition. I think they have to make a different game.
I think it would be far more linear and story focused than Elder Scrolls is.
Yeah, probably.
And if it's not, even if it is like a true role playing thing that you're just one dude in that world.
What if?
I mean, Jesus,
what if they take the Shadow of Mordor philosophy
Mhm.
and put it into Game of Thrones? Kind of where like it's in the same universe, but they're very, very loose on their canon.
Shadow of Mordor is made by. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I imagine they'd probably
Just
do
saying
that. They're not gonna have you playing the story. I wouldn't think.
That seems to be a thing of like the 2000s, like like that was what they did. That was EA was the king of that. Oh, there's a movie out. Here's that movie, the video game, and
Right,
you
I
would
played
just
the
Shot for
movie.
shot, scene for scene.
right. You just kind of play through the events of the movie. Yeah, they did that, Luke. There was a company called Cyanide who made a Game of Thrones game where you played as like one was this ranger guy who was also a warg, and then
Well, yeah, but that was awful.
yeah, it was
that was
really
bad.
really bad. Yeah, I watched
This
some
is
gameplay of
Bethesda.
it.
That doesn't count then
I know, but I'm
as
saying
as a real game.
okay, I'm saying they could do that, but what the gameplay is going to look like is going to be different from Skyrim. Like it would have to be.
What I imagine it would end up being is you would have a lot of the same characters from the universe, and it will probably end up being is you start off as a character who has a claim to the throne or can get some sort of claim to the throne, and then you go through your character's story trying to get on the Iron Throne. But it will be less
You want to know what?
open-ended like Skyrim is.
I would be happy if they just let you do a survival game in Westeros.
Yeah.
Like, let me be like just part of the Night's
Let me
Watch,
be
and I have to
Soldier
go.
number 12.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. To be completely honest, like,
Steve
I don't need
Snow.
to have I don't need to be a main part of the storyline. Just put me in that world so I can experience it as a character.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that too. And the thing is, they don't have like Game of Thrones isn't full of people hucking fireballs and using a bunch of magic and stuff. It's mostly just regular people. There's very few that happen to be able to control dragons and light their swords on fire and that kind of thing.
So, how much of Tyler's gameplay experience will be spent learning how to light swords on fire?
Yeah, most of
Yes,
it.
all of it.
Fire sword?
which is not wrong. I mean,
yeah,
Yeah, you're not
it's a
wrong.
valid
if you can
choice.
light a sword on fire, you should do it.
Yep. Comes in real handy. Wiser words have never been spoken, Luke. All right.
I know my audience.
I think all those things are exciting and good, and they should happen.
Yeah, I hope that actually comes out to be true because I'm very intrigued by it.
Me too. And is this the last thing? I have trouble reading sometimes. Reading is hard. I think I only have one game left to talk about, and I don't want to talk about it. I want Brian to talk about it because he played it,
And he plays.
because he played it and I didn't.
Yeah.
This is a game that no one thought would be good, and no one thought would should exist.
I would say,
It's
I
a
would say no one.
it's a thing.
I would just say adults.
Well, for me, for sure, I definitely didn't think that this would work or would ever exist.
Yeah.
And yet here
I
it
was
is.
skeptical.
It's called Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and it's on the Nintendo Switch. And Brian bought it with his own money,
Yeah, I had some Best Buy
without
bucks.
a gun to his head,
It's good.
and it's good. And
And it's good. You know, like when this was first announced, I thought, why?
Is it good in
Just,
the way that shitty
like
pizza
everyone?
is good?
No, no.
it's good actually.
It's actually good actually. You know, I wondered why Rabbids, which is what everyone said,
Yeah.
and then I saw what kind of game it was, and then I got really sad because I'm like, I want a Mario XCOM game, but why does it have to have Rabbids in it? But you know, it's all right. The gameplay is good. It's fun. The Rabbids are real dumb, but you spend the whole game shooting them pretty much, and you got a couple of doofy ones that travel around with you, but. You know, it's all right. It knows how dumb it is. Yeah,
Hi.
Tyler, how can I help you?
Yeah. Are you following around a fucking Roomba?
Yeah, you've got a Roomba.
Okay. All right.
Is it DJ Roomba?
DJ Roomba.
Like,
No, there's a scientist, like a kid who's a scientist,
Yeah.
and they make a thing what takes two separate things and smashes them together into one thing.
okay.
And like the Rabbids get a hold of it, and they get sucked into the Mario world because like the kids got Mario posters and toys all over their room. And then
Yeah,
you know,
Tyler, would you just watch the opening fucking intro already?
yeah,
It's
watch
real
that
good.
intro.
It's on YouTube. Go watch it.
Oh my God.
God.
Mutiny.
Yes, like,
Mutiny.
that's why you've got Peach Rabbit following you around because a rabbit got smashed together with a Peach doll or something. I don't know.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
like it knows how dumb it is. It's real dumb. Like Peach has a cell phone and she's taking selfies constantly where there's dangerous shit happening around her. Like sometimes when you move her on her turn, she just trips and falls on her face. Stuff like that. Like Luigi dabs.
Does he
Like
really?
Yep. And
Can
I
you-
like
Not
to think,
ironically.
Can you turn that off?
I think it is ironically. Like
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it knows how stupid it is. At least that's what I choose to tell myself.
Yeah. Like it falls somewhere between Ubisoft wiping its ass with Nintendo characters and also like paying a huge tribute to them. Like, because this looks wonderful. Like the world looks
Right.
beautiful and the
very
gameplay is
colorful.
solid and it is funny. Like the shit happening is kind of funny to me.
Like there's a lot of options in combat. It's like a simplified XCOM. It's a less brutal XCOM. Mario's
That
got a
brings
gun.
up a question, Brian.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just play XCOM?
Because you can't play XCOM with Mario. Duh.
And
Luke.
Rabbids.
Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
just play XCOM?
Well, I wanted a game I could play on my Switch, for one thing.
Can't play it on the Switch.
Brian has Breath of the Wild, but that doesn't count as a game.
Because no
exactly.
virtual console.
That's part of it, and like the XCOM theme just, like I know there are no rabbits, but the XCOM theme doesn't do anything for me. The aliens are invading, and you're part of a government organization to fight them. Like
Okay.
I'm not, any
Tactical
interested
RPGs
in
in
that.
space sound bad.
It's a Luke thing, I guess. Though I've never played XCOM, it's more in my realm, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, like everyone's got guns, which is weird. They've got like arm cannons. At least Mario's got an arm cannon. Like Luigi's got a fucking like sniper rifle.
Is it on his arm?
No, like it looks like the Luigi's Mansion pack kind of.
Did that Peach rabbit just like slide kick through that other rabbit while moving?
Sure did.
To her spot, and then you get to attack after that? Oh, that's real cool. Sorry.
Yeah, it's real good. There are skill trees that you end up putting points into. Each character ends up with 2 attacks to choose from each round and 2 like skills to choose from. Yeah, it's fun.
Yep.
Brian,
Hey,
multiplayer. Tell me about multiplayer.
I cannot.
Well, thanks for showing up, everybody. Have a great day.
It does exist. There's a local co-op. I'm not sure what that looks like. I haven't tried it yet, but I know that's a thing that exists.
We should do that in the break room, Brian. We should do local co-op on your
We
Switch.
should.
One day when I'm not
do that.
taking fistfuls of purple Doritos and shoving them into my face.
Yes.
So never?
Oh, yep.
But yeah, like the challenge
They
seems
start
to be
selling-
just about right. I've lost a couple. Like you get, it's basically like 3 stars if you like win in the certain number of rounds without losing any people. It's decent, You've got to like take cover, and you've got full cover and half cover. It's a little bit more simple than XCOM, because like in XCOM you've got different percentages to hit based on a lot of factors. This is either you've got a clear shot and it's 100%, they're behind partial cover and it's 50%, or they're behind full cover and you're not hitting them.
Gotcha.
In what Switch mode have you been playing this in mostly?
Mostly handheld mode. I've played it on the TV too. It's
So like with the Joy-Cons on the
Joy-Cons,
side.
Yep.
And how's that been?
yeah, fine. It works fine. I'm real happy with it.
Does Rabid Luigi use a fucking yo-yo to shoot people?
It's just a goofy looking gun.
Okay, all right. It looked like a yo-yo.
He's kind of the tank. Like his ability is to, I think once every 3 rounds, he can use it to weaken everyone around him, like all the enemies around him, by like 30%. So I send him out there and have him weaken everybody and let them beat up on him, and then Peach is the healer.
Always got to be the girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
Video games.
Even
Was this a
even the
$60
Peach
title?
Rabbids.
It was. Yeah.
It looks good, man. I want to play it. I don't think I would ever have said that ever. I thought this was going to be terrible, cancerous, and bad. And
You had to
I want to
know that
play
at
it.
least. You had to know that at least from a gameplay perspective, it was going to be good, because Nintendo doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
Nintendo
not a
is
Nintendo game.
very. Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're
it's a-
very protective of
Yeah,
their
they're not
IP,
gonna
and
let-
they do not let other companies touch their characters.
Don't they?
I know when this trailer came out, we kind of dumped on it because of the Rabbids, but we were intrigued by the gameplay, and that's kind of exactly what it is right now, too.
I mean,
Rabbids are
Yeah.
bad, gameplay is good.
It's silly, but it knows it's silly.
Yeah, doesn't take itself seriously.
I said the same thing,
Mm-mm.
Kring. That was why I was so surprised by this thing existing. But then I started thinking about it, and Team Ninja made a Zelda game that was Dynasty Warriors called Hyrule Warriors, and Capcom has made Zelda games for the Game Boy Advance. Like it's not
Right.
unprecedented.
But all of those things are good.
Hyrule
like,
Warriors
they-
is not good. It's bad.
Hyrule Warriors is bad because Dynasty Warriors is bad.
That's not the only
Because
reason.
it's not any fun. It's just a whole mess of just hitting things, and it's just unlimited enemies coming at you, and you're just beating the
That
crap out
doesn't
of them.
sound too
It's not
bad. I want
fun.
to do that.
It's terrible. Dynasty Warriors is not fun.
Can you have an axe?
You can have the Master Sword. That's the only sword you ever need. It says right in the name, Master.
Yeah, what if the batteries die, though?
Shut. God damn it. You're
Just
not gonna
wait a few minutes and
you're-
it'll recharge.
Yeah, just wait 10 minutes and use your other swords and
Yeah.
break them. That's what you do. Anyway, yeah.
I think if there wasn't so much other stuff coming out soon, I would probably pick up this title, but
Yeah.
Well, once I'm done with it, I'll loan it
October's
out.
around the corner.
Pass it
I
around.
can make the rounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play
There's
it.
a season pass for it. I don't know what it includes.
More
Knowing
Rabbids.
Ubisoft,
More skins.
there's just all the things knowing Ubisoft.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm happy with it so far. You know,
Yeah.
play a level here or there. They're like 15 minutes to play a stage.
That's like perfect for a portable console too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a giant toilet.
Yes.
It looks really good.
The toilet, yeah. I agree.
The toilet. It's a
No,
good
like
toilet.
besides the toilet, like just the visuals themselves, like
Yeah, it's
so the Switch really can do some decent graphics.
I'm not saying every game has got to, be a cartoony game with rabbits in it, but I prefer this, I think, to,
It's a nice change. I mean, yeah, look at Path of Exile and look at this. It's
Yeah,
There's
Night and
colors in
day.
this game.
just colors and
yeah.
fucking rabbits and
You
Roombas.
look at Path of Exile, and then you look at this, and then you think to yourself
Okay.
that Path of Exile probably would not run on a Switch.
Yeah, might not.
Like it would be too hard for Switch to run it, and then this looks infinitely better.
Yeah. Did you just get a portrait?
Nintendo. Yeah, there's lots of little like music clips and art and stuff to unlock.
Piston Panic.
That's a weapon. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep, they're a weapon.
Hello?
The whole 9 yards.
Okay. Hello?
Skype is
Skype is dying.
Skype is
Oh.
Skyping.
Skype is good.
Just Skypey things.
Skype is love. Skype is life.
Hello? Okay, there we go.
Seems like it seems like you're actually a pretty cool game, Brian. I'm glad you picked it up and you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Good stuff.
That's I wouldn't mind playing this at some point in the future. I'm just not prepared to
Yeah.
shell out $60 with October around the corner.
No, like once I'm done with it, it'll make the rounds.
Yeah, it's like I was saying. It seems like a really cool game that I could just take with me to work, bring my Switch with me, and just on lunch play a couple rounds and
On
get
lunch.
through some maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. And the Switch is perfect for that because you can just put it in sleep mode and
Pick up right where you left
fine.
And start off instantly from where you left.
Yeah, the ability to pick up instantly right where you left off with the Switch has got to be its best feature. Like,
Mhm.
I
It's up
freaking
there.
hate trying to play games on my Xbox anymore. That it's just
Me too.
everything about it is a freaking nightmare.
Hmm.
No, it has a feature like that too. You can put it to sleep and just pick up where you left off, can't you?
Yeah, and it used to work brilliantly. And ever since they've changed stuff around, it
Well, they're going to
doesn't
change it
seem to
again.
work all that well.
Um,
Because now I load it up and things freeze and things don't work properly and it's gotta restart all the time.
Kring, you just need to get yourself
Download
an
an
Xbox One
update.
X and it'll all be fine.
Did you say
Or-
S?
No,
You know,
X.
or I just play my Switch.
Say sex.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm going to take us right into the news.
This is the segue.
This is a segue. This is the segue song.
Dex is a segue into video game news.
It is today, dude.
Oh man, there's that beautiful music. All right, let's paste and
Pick
go.
the right song.
Yeah, it was the right one. I nailed it. So hey, you guys. You know how the Xbox One came out a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and now there's an
That's a thing that
Xbox One
happened.
S and an Xbox One X that you can choose from.
Almost four.
Yeah.
Almost four to be exact.
Well, the Xbox One is dead. Long live the Xbox One S and X. Because Microsoft discontinued the Xbox One, the original one. Goodbye.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
not surprising.
They
Yeah,
should
why was
keep
it
their-
still even making it?
Why were they even making it to begin with? When the Xbox One S came out, I thought that was like, hey, this is the upgraded version of the console. You can't buy the other one because we're not making it anymore. We're making the new one.
I thought it was just a more expensive alternative.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay.
So
They're wanting to keep their stuff pricey, I guess. I know the One X is what, 500?
500
Yeah.
and I
Gonna be. What's the S? 4,
believe
350?
It's 300.
You can get an S for 250.
Is it? Is it come down that much?
You can get an S for 250.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
maybe that's why. Maybe it is, kind of replacing the core console then.
Yeah, what I'm seeing here is that
Yeah.
you can still buy a
$250.
refurbished Xbox One for $200, which is $50 to $80 cheaper than you can find its replacement, the Xbox One S. So yeah, if you can get an Xbox One S for $250 to $280, okay, that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So
You can
long,
get
Xbox One.
I can get an Xbox One S bundled with the new Madden game for $280.
Okay.
So, yeah,
What's the cheapest you can buy a PS4? Google.
$299. I
It's
know because I've
300?
been checking
Yeah. Okay.
because I want one.
Well, you should sell your Xbox One right now because it's never going to get you any more money than it is today.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You are not wrong, Tyler, at all.
Yep. So there you go. Hey, you guys, if there's a thing that I know gets a lot of positive reactions around here, it's DLC bundled with weird marketing shit. And
Tell me more.
yeah, hey, here's a game that we all are excited for. Assassin's Creed Origins. If you guys just drink a whole shit ton of Monster, you can get cool stuff in Assassin's Creed Origins.
Shit, dog, it's gamer fuel anyway, right?
Yeah, like you're gonna be up until 4 o'clock in the morning just
Yeah, I'm just
Pounding-
slamming them.
pounding them monsters anyway. So why not get some sweet loot while you're at it in Assassin's
Hey.
Creed?
Why don't I just, if I'm gonna have to drink Monster to get the DLC, why don't I just go ahead and fucking kill myself and just cut out the middleman, because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna end up dying of this is
Yeah,
a
but
really.
They're not going to make any money if you kill yourself.
yeah.
This is I can see this being potentially very dangerous. There was just that kid. This was just a few months ago. There was a kid. He drank an energy drink. He drank a coffee, and he drank a soda pop at school, and died of a heart attack in school because he had too much caffeine in his system.
That's
Well,
This
Poor life
seems like
choices.
something that could end up making
Everything
somebody
in
drink
moderation.
too much Monster and die.
I'm all for it. If you're dumb enough to fucking slam monsters to
Well,
get
I mean, you've already.
to get stupid shit in Assassin's Creed, fucking goodbye. Thank you for playing.
Note the views of Tyler Everett do not reflect the views of Quest Podcast.
That is mail@questlogcast.com.
There you go, nailed it. Look, okay, I'm making fun here, but look at the kind of stuff that you can get. You can get things such as in-game resources such as animal resources and world resources. Everyone knows you
So
gotta
I
have
can
those.
get animal
myself
resources?
into a
You get-
coma.
you-
such generic
win?
resources.
And world resources. Okay,
Shit.
so you can get drachma, which is the in-game currency.
I like that.
You can get weapons such as the Dust Biter sword, pictured here, as well as the Face Breaker
Whoa.
long stave, and the
Wow.
Scepter of Thadi long spear, and rainbow.
I don't know. Hang on. That Dustbiter sword, though, is
Face
pretty
breaker.
sweet, and I might consider dying just to have that sword.
Yeah,
Face breaker.
Face Breaker long stave. Yeah. You all know you want one of those. Look at that
Stave?
rainbow. Yeah. That's-
Isn't staff the singular and staves the plural?
Look, I
Tyler,
don't
please.
look. I don't write the fucking articles. Okay, I just read the words that are on the page. All right. It's a long stave. That's what it says.
This is
All right.
this is awful.
Is it
This is just
awful,
awful.
Luke? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it more awful than say, I don't know?
It's cross promotion.
Rabbids?
Well, you didn't let me get to the best part. Okay, if you are,
Can I get rabbits from a monster?
if you are,
Still Ubisoft.
if you are lucky enough to win the first prize, yeah. Oh my God, Rabbids DLC for the new Assassin's Creed. There you go. There's the crossover. Why is that not
There
a
it
thing?
is.
Jesus Christ. No, but if you're one of 100 lucky winners, you can get an Xbox One
Three
S
heart
bundle
transplants?
and an Assassin's Creed Origins game.
Wait,
Tyler,
so
Tyler.
I'm buying this monster to get Assassin's Creed DLC, and the reward could be an Assassin's Creed bundle?
They always do this.
Tyler.
I don't understand why. Yeah, go ahead, Luke.
Is one of the rewards a new heart?
No,
Because you're gonna need it.
no. If you are one of 6 grand prize winners, you get a tour of Ubisoft Studio in Montreal. They'll fly you to Montreal, you guys.
Will they also give me the Assassin's Creed Origins Xbox One S bundle?
I've always
'Cause,
wondered
I'm gonna
about
need
that.
second copy of Assassin's Creed.
Always wondered about that when the like grand prize is a trip somewhere. I'm like, but do you get the other shit too? Because like that's why people drink the monsters. They're drinking the monsters for the other stuff, not for the trip. So
I'm still stuck on the fact that I would have this game, which is why I'm buying the monsters to drink for the DLC.
yeah,
But then I'm gonna win the game
and the
as
console to
a
play it on.
reward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Maybe
a
you're just
console to
drinking
play it
Monster
on.
because it's great, and then boom, you got a
boom.
new game.
That was one of the 100 ones. Yeah, they got a new game system and a new game to
That's how Microsoft's gonna go ahead and compete with Sony. Just give it to people that didn't really want it.
play. It's not a good lifestyle decision. Giving your console away to somebody who's not going to be alive in 2 years to buy the games for it. It's a real bad ROI.
I used to drink a lot of Monsters.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one in like pretty much exactly 11 months. This is not tempting me to drink them again.
Well, we say that now,
Come
but
on,
wait until
you
they
can win an Xbox.
and a dust biter. So
Yeah.
Now,
and a face breaker.
maybe if it was a PS4.
maybe if it was a long staff. Not a long staff.
Thank you, Tyler.
There you go. You're welcome.
Well, hey, Taco Bell is offering to give me an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Why Ubisoft needs to sell me on the feature benefits of the One S in order to make me buy the monster when I could just go and have delicious Taco Bell? I'll die equally quickly.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a second, because a monster is what, like $2-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just getting one drink. You go to Taco Bell, you spend $5, you're gonna get yourself a steak what is it? A quesarito?
Yes.
A Doritos Locos taco, an accessory taco,
There it is.
and a medium Baja Blast Mountain Dew, all for $5.
That's a heck of a deal,
it's a-
Tyler.
Yeah, there's your deal right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and you could win an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
And your Xbox One X won't come with this shitty ass Ubisoft game.
Taco Bell
It's like
sponsor us.
Win. That's like 4 wins.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm really preaching the brand here, you guys. I'm just trying to, live the values, the Taco Bell values. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Get them while they're hot. Get your monsters now. Drink them all up. Don't die. So you can buy Assassin's Creed Origins. Hey
So we can
guys.
give it to you for free if you already bought it.
Let's take it down a notch and let's talk about September and what we have in store for us in the gaming world of September. Okay.
Literally,
Take it down a
GD
notch.
everything is coming out in September.
Is it, or is it coming out in
I
October?
see at least one loop
Yes.
game on here.
What's the new game?
Cuphead.
It's a NASCAR Heat 2.
Nailed it.
No, it's
I
Pokemon
see.
Gold and Silver.
Dishonored, Death of the Outsider.
Ooh,
I think I'm actually going to pass on that one for now.
really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dishonored is a game that you love more than most. I've
That
seen
was-
you wearing a Dishonored hoodie, and I
That was your game of the year last year, wasn't it?
Twas.
So my problem is that I've been away from Dishonored for so long, and this is a standalone, basically expansion pack or DLC,
it's more Dishonored.
and I'm not that hyped for it, and so much is coming out just a few weeks after it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
so
we'll see.
pick it up, play the crap out of it, and then move on.
yeah. And then I'll
You spend the $60 on it, and then I'll play for 2 weeks and move
Well,
on.
Is it a
If you
a
weren't
full
so-
ass $60 game? Is it?
Well, let's check.
Yeah.
Let's check, shall
We
we?
have the internet at our fingertips. Divinity
Literally.
Divinity Original Sin 2, which just rolls off the tongue. That's coming out September 14th.
Yeah, the first one was
Okay.
good.
How can it be the Original Sin again? Can it just
Oh,
be?
it's only 30.
Oh shit!
There you go, Luke.
Sold.
Yeah, there you go. Get after it. But no, did you play that game, Brian? The Divinity games? Did you play those?
I played Divinity Original Sin.
The original Sin, not
The
original
previous
Sin 2.
ones,
Not the previous Sin.
like the other Divinity games, were Diablo wannabes.
Those were something else. Yeah, those were something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is more of a Baldur's Gate-esque isometric, RPG.
Gotcha. Well, yeah. For console folks, you got Destiny 2 coming in 3 days. You got your NBA Live 18.
Why did you skip over NAC 2?
I don't even know what NAC is.
Brian might want to play NAC 2.
I don't know what NAC 1 is. What's NAC 1?
It's a video game. I don't know.
It was good enough to have a sequel.
Sponsor us, developers of NAC.
Busting our ass for you over here.
Yeah, really selling this shit. Really
This is the most advertising NAC 2 has ever gotten.
selling right the fuck out. I don't even.
Cuphead's finally coming out. That's going to be a
Cuphead,
thing.
the most anticipated indie game of 2013.
Yeah, there you go. You got Project Cars 2. I imagine Kring will spend money on that.
Oh God, no! Project Cars was awful.
Okay.
It
Pokemon
was
Gold.
not fun.
Pokemon
There's
Gold
no
and
mechanic
Silver.
simulator.
Didn't Pokemon Gold and Silver already come out? Isn't that already a thing?
Yeah,
But it's coming out for the 3DS again.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because Nintendo.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions. I don't need those answers. I guess. Matt,
Holy crap! I thought that said "goddamn" versus down at the bottom.
Gundam. Yeah, close enough. Close
Close.
enough. The 3DS owners are getting a new Metroid. So there you go. Suck
There you
it.
go, Luke. Get a 3DS.
Suck it, Luke.
Well, isn't Virtual Console on 3DS?
Yeah, it is.
So maybe we should just trade in my Switch and get a 3DS.
There you go.
Might not be a bad investment.
Yeah.
Total War Warhammer 2 is another one. I never got into those. I think those are neat. Wait, no, wait. Hold on. Total War Warhammer, that came out just like a few years ago, so there's a sequel already.
Yes.
Okay. That actually looked real cool to me. A Total War game set in the Warhammer universe. That seems
It's a cool crossover.
seems good.
Yeah, there's nothing on here that I'm going to run out and buy.
I played Total War, Shogun, Medieval, and Rome back in the day. Rome was really good. That was solid. But never, nothing past that.
How much is it going to be?
Cuphead?
Yeah, how much is that going to be?
I'm assuming 20 or 30.
That
it's
will depend
20.
on whether or not I actually go and buy it.
Cuphead seems delightful. Everything
Yeah,
about
it's
it
$20
makes me
on Steam.
Super happy.
$20. $20. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably get that. Although you can get the Cuphead 4X LP Deluxe vinyl soundtrack, the soundtrack in vinyl, that just for a mere $100.
What a deal.
Do I also get the game?
Grab one for me, would you?
Or is it just?
No, you get the soundtrack in vinyl for $100.
Oh, okay.
What?
That's a thing. There's a collector's market for that now.
Is there?
Hipsters and vinyl. Yep.
Oh my god, I want to play this game, you guys.
1930s era specific packaging. Almost 3 hours of music. You get also the digital soundtrack as well. So there you go.
Music. This-
Shipping Q3 2017. So there you go.
Yeah, I will probably pick up Cuphead. This looks great.
Yeah, dude. Like Cuphead is the thing that got me amped for the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One. Like it feels like it was that long ago.
It was
God.
that long ago, yeah.
I think it was originally going to come out on Xbox One and Xbox 360. To be honest,
Yeah. Should have.
Now it was like it was the big thing that I came away with from that presentation was this game and how cool this game looked and how much I wanted to play it. And then I got to sit and wait, and now they're discontinuing the console that I bought before this game comes out.
That is crazy. We live in a crazy time. Well, and with that, I think it's time to get up on out of here, everybody.
Are you just gonna ignore my news?
You had news? Shit. Hold on.
Yeah,
Stop
Do you even look at the document?
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, game's done
Harvey
quick.
released done quick.
Yeah, Harvey.
Wow.
Harvey. Well, okay, look. You posted schedules and shit. You didn't post a news article. Like, throw me a bone here, Luke.
So here I was
I'm
yesterday,
gonna find
just
the
chilling and browsing through Twitch, and what do I see? What is Games Done Quick? Why are they at the top of the list right now of my follow
Yeah, why?
of the channels? And I click on it, and out of the blue, they are running a fundraiser for those impacted by Hurricane Harvey.
Which is
And
really
all
cool.
donations are going to the Houston Food Bank. And they've been going for probably about 27-ish, 28 hours, and they've raised $122,000 and change, which is awesome.
That is awesome. That's really
That
cool.
is
It's
awesome.
so cool that just out of the blue, there's this national emergency, and they're like, hey, we're going to throw an impromptu fundraiser for these people. And it's 48 hours only. They have an awesome list of games going on, and it's just awesome. So good on them. And of course, the Yeti.com is involved again. They've got some special shirts going on. $12, and I think it's $4 of every shirt goes to the donation as well. So
I'll tell you one thing that I like about this that I think they could take into the Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick is the fact that they had to scramble and put it together last minute means that most of these streamers are like just streaming from their house. They're not all in one centralized location. And what I like about this is it decreases downtime.
yeah,
'Cause they're
they
able
are
to
going
just,
through them quick.
The next person who's going to
Changing
play
feeds.
is setting up their stuff while the runner is going. They don't have to like switch people out and change the room up and move consoles around and stuff like that. It just, as soon as he's done, maybe they talk to him for a little while, and then you can move on to the next guy, and he is ready to stream. And that
Now-
seems real good.
The production quality isn't quite there as far as like the audio delay, but
Right.
yeah, the simple fact that you have one person who's setting up while the other person is running, and they finish, and it's usually 3 to 5 minutes at most, and then boom, that person is in and they're going.
It makes me feel like maybe not necessarily have people streaming from their couch for the next AGDQ or SGDQ, but at least like set up the room in such a way that you don't just have that one camera on that one couch. You can have maybe 2 or 3 even different couches and setups, and then while one person is doing their run, you're setting up, on these couches that you don't see on camera, but are still in the same room, and then you've got a much more seamless setup going on.
Yeah, they need 2 setups.
Yep.
in a
Now,
GDQ for sure.
any records wouldn't stand, right?
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, they
They
would.
would. Like,
Yeah, they
is
stand.
there any way that they can, I don't know, cheat or use hacks or something like that, since it's at home and it's not, like, is that not a thing that anyone worries about?
The
To get your-
speedrunning community is a pretty honest community as far as things go, and it's all being recorded. So
Yeah, they would look
They'd be able to
through
spot it.
your video, yeah. And if you're doing things that are not cool, then they would be able to spot that in the videos.
Cool.
So currently there's a run of Chrono Trigger, glitchless 100%, all quest, which is clocking in at a 6-hour run, which still just kind of blows my mind.
He's 2.5
But,
hours into that run right now.
Yeah, long ways to go. But we're seeing just a little bit ago, there was a Breath of the Wild all dungeon Ganon run. And I want to say there was a donation incentive to do it on master mode.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they hit that.
Wow.
What
That'll
are
be
they?
insane.
Aren't they doing something different with the donations too, Luke? Where like the donation is, you're not sending it to them; they're sending it directly to the Houston Food Bank.
Yeah, so usually like any subscriptions and Twitch bits, they go to like GDQ and then they donate them on to the whatever charity. But for right now, like all that's tied, like, I'm assuming probably by a contract or something, to where that money all goes to probably Doctors Without Borders. But the donations through Twitch all goes towards the Houston Food Bank.
But aren't they like not? I thought they were doing something different where they're not even really donating through Twitch. It's like redirecting them
Yeah,
to the
it's
Houston
not,
Food Bank site or something like that, and their donations
donations
go
are
directly
not-
to that site.
exactly. They're not touching Twitch. They're not touching Games
Yeah.
Done Quick as an organization. It dumps directly into Houston Food Bank. Yep.
Because that way they don't have any sort of, I guess, for like doctors, for when they do their regular runs, it can take like 6 weeks, as long as like 6 months, I think they said,
I thought
for
they
them to
said
get their money at the charity.
48 days, so
This
2 months.
48
podcast
days,
gold
6
right
months.
here.
It is. The thing I'm glad about all of this is that it's giving gamers and people who don't have boats or trailers and stuff like that to go help
Lifted
a
pickup
way
trucks.
a way to go down and make a difference and help with a really good cause. So I am 100% supportive of this and think it's awesome. But yeah. Hopefully they can do this kind of stuff whenever there's something terrible happening and, pop up and make some
I
entertaining
heard the
content.
last time they did this was the Fukushima disaster in Japan.
That's
They
awesome.
need to do one for Tyler's car.
Yeah, shit. You guys want to do a GDQ for not having to ride my bike to work every day? That'd be pretty sweet. I'd back the crap out of that. I'll do a Skyrim no Nord run and
Beardless run.
beardless run. I'll play as a
You can't say glitchless because it's Bethesda, so
Right, yeah, no promises there. But yeah.
A beardless, no Nord, heavily modded run.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Sign me up. Alright, guys, now I'm going to play the outro music, and we're going to get up on out of here. You can follow us on Twitter. It's at Questlogcast. You can follow Kring at... Don't follow Kring. Don't even bother.
No,
You can,
it's bad.
You can get the show right at questlogcast.com, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are served, and bad ones. They'll let anyone get on there. This is proof. You can email the show. It's mail@questlogcast.com. Do that, won't you? Please let us know you're out there. Let us know if you've suffered through to the very end and heard us say this again. And just send us a little email that says, "Hi, how are you? What's your favorite video game?" Let us know. That's gonna do it for me, everybody. I will catch you guys next week on our final episode before the big Questlog camping adventure that we're going on the 16th. So there you go. Farewell.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, good night.